The Pit finally reveals Dr. Collins' fate, and it's a bittersweet ending for the character. One of the most gratifying parts of a television show's newest season is seeing whether its characters have embraced or avoided change. The Pitt's return has plenty of ground to cover in that regard, as Season 1's fresh-faced students show off how well they're faring with 10 months of experience under their belts. A weary air settles on the senior staff. Dr. Robbie, Noel, Dr. Frank Langdon, Patrick Ball, and Nurse Dana Evans, Catherine Lanassa, all clock out of their Season 1 shifts in desperate need of healing. But where Robbie and his precarious mental health are out the door before Season 2 starts, Langdon and Dana broach their Day 1 returns with wariness and steely resolve, respectively. Dr. Do. Heather Collins' Tracy I feature case is trickier to the point it verges on meta. Viewers wondering how the series will both close the character's unresolved arc and handle losing its first major cast member. Collins ends her time on the Pit as emotionally battered as her colleagues, and on the heels of a cathartic exchange with Robbie that, while about unconditional acceptance, still scatters breadcrumbs about whether their will they won't they romance might rekindle. The first 3 hours of Season 2 open with radio silence. Aside from Robbie and Noel Hastings, Meta Golding spilling the beans about their undefined little something-something. Episode 4 answers where Collins vanished, and why, and her well-being is a perfectly bittersweet punch to the heart. The update about Collins arrives not from Robbie, but through Dennis Whitaker, Jaron Howell, the newly minted doctor who's taken his mature teaching cues from Robbie's mentorship, and earned Robbie's visible pride for it. When Whitaker informs Louis Cloverfield, Ernest Harden Jr., that his infected tooth requires a dentist's expertise, Louis asks for Collins' help finding a decent option. Whitaker explains that Collins completed her residency program with the ER before accepting a job as an attending physician in her family's hometown of Portland, Oregon. She is adopting a baby, Whitaker concludes, unaware of the beautiful emotional haymaker he's just wrought upon audiences. In the Pit's quietly telling style, Whitaker delivering this news coincides with the exact moment Robbie pokes his head through the exam room door. He pauses in his tracks, listening, his face falling somewhere between interested, affectionate, bittersweet, potentially surprised, and lined with many unspoken regrets. In short, an expression worth 1,000 words, and 1 Emmy win. As Louis calls Collins' status a beautiful thing, Robbie retreats with the type of quiet only achievable by someone who's trying to avoid confronting an earnest, complicated feeling. Even though sudden exits have always been a side effect of performers' availabilities not matching the TV production machine, it's still a pity that the stars couldn't align enough to let the Pitt and I feature jointly depict Collins gaining closure. Bearing that in mind, it's excellent for the Pitt to directly acknowledge Collins' exit, rather than leave it unsaid for realism's sake. In another necessary touch, Episode 4 organically provides said exposition by way of Louis, a black man, specifically requesting the black doctor whose advice he trusts. The brief moment recognizes the impact Collins has left upon her patients: comfort, confidence, respect, and an empathetic, active drive to protect everyone in need, especially those belonging to the demographics most neglected and racially targeted by a defective healthcare system and American society at large. In this same episode, it's easy to imagine Collins leading Felicia Ronson's, Niling Morena, case in either Mel King, Taylor Dearden, or Trinity Santos, Isa Bryon's, stead. That's no insult against either physician. Collins would have sought to reach and support Felicia with even deeper focus, understanding, and existing knowledge about the diagnosis disparity, and therefore, the lack of awareness and assistance for Black women with bulimia. The show is currently in its 37th season. Despite iFeature's withdrawal, hope persisted for her potential return post-Season 2. This moment closes the door on Collins' story with respectful finality. There's no mincing words regarding how the Pitt will feel her loss. Yet Collins retains her personal dignity, gains a career-boosting promotion, surrounds herself with her family, and after the traumatizing unfairness of her infertility, she becomes a mother in a different yet no less legitimate way. As for the happenings inside Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Center, Robbie's eavesdropping reaction implies both tender happiness and melancholy for the lover-turned-friend who helped anchor him, not animosity. He might mourn the one who got away, but Collins deserves a peaceful, happy ending.